years where Hunter Biden owed so much money, just let the statute of limitations lapse for those years when it dealt with the Burisma income. So I appreciate the gentleman yielding.
Gentleman from Texas, yield the balance of your time. I thank you very much. So to the chairman's point, this 1023 is the mother of all corroborating evidence. It tells from the other side what the circumstantial evidence already indicates about the payment of money for Hunter Biden on this board for which he did nothing. The Devin Archer thing about calling Washington. The fact that Joe Biden made the audible on the airplane flying about holding the money to force the firing of Shokin, the prosecutor that Burisma, that Zlochevsky, and didn't want to get rid of, didn't want to see, you know, he wanted him gone because he was worried about being protected. And the phrase that you just read, Mr. Chairman, is saying, the CHS is saying, I wasn't involved in this stuff, so I don't know. But he seemed credible when he was telling me he bribed Joe and Hunter Biden.
Yep.
All right, expired the time.
Gentleman, Texas yields back. The chair now recognizes.
Mr. Chairman?
The gentleman from California is recognized on the amendment.
Happy to yield to the gentleman from Texas, Sheila Jackson Lee.
I thank the gentleman from California, and this is to emphasize to the multiple gentle persons across the aisle that my amendment, the Jackson Amendment, has much merit because it is based on the fact that you have no facts and you have no truth. Isn't it interesting that we would rely upon two nations, Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine previously under the dominance of Russia, despotic leadership until they broke free, seeking a level of democracy, pleading for them to be able to be a nation that welcomes the values of equality and justice and the management of laws so that there is fairness. But yet my friends are trying to dismiss my amendment, which is solely suggesting that you have no facts on what happens in countries like Russia. They constantly do confidential or covert recordings. They constantly do that. They have no basis in what the person is saying is true or not. No knowledge of the veracity of what is said, but they're going around recording everyone, called confidential human source. And so the confidential human source that is being relied upon by the Republicans met Zlochevsky in person on one occasion and has spoken to him only twice on the telephone. As such, the confidential human source is not able to provide any further opinion as to the veracity of Zlochevsky's aforementioned statements. Of course, my amendment should be voted on and accepted because President Biden has been proven over and over again he had nothing to do with Burisma, nothing. So to respond to all of those who are trying to cite a confidential human source, it is of no value. It is like pouring a water into a pot full of holes. When you get through, you have nothing. We don't have anything. And so I would ask my colleagues to support the Jackson Lee Amendment, which indicates that with all of the thousands of pages from the Treasury Department, from the FBI, IRS, all these agencies, the White House willingness to be open and to present themselves forward, there is no reason to proceed as we are proceeding. Ask my colleagues to support the Jackson Lee Amendment.
Gentleman yields.
I yield back to the gentleman.
Gentleman from California yields back. Gentleman from Arizona is recognized.